Hello, and welcome to the FisherPoetry Podcast, a showcase of prose, poetry, and song written and performed by those in the commercial fishing community. Mostly. I'm your host, Brad. Thanks for joining us today. Today we are happy to be bringing you another installment of Sunday at Sea, a live show of maritime songs, stories, and good coastal fellowship hosted by Mark Allen Lovewell and Molly Knoll from Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. So, without further ado, here's their show. So are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this.
5,
4,
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Woo! Let's get this boat on the water.
That's right.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Here we go. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Allen Lovewell, and seated right next to me is the wonderful, precious, lovely Molly
Mark Allen
Knoll.
Lovewell. Oh!
Welcome to our Sunday at Sea show. It's pouring outside. It's been raining for the last hour.
And it's so good because it's cooling things off and getting the humidity off of my forehead.
And my garden is getting well watered.
Yes, we're thankful for that. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah.
So this is the last day of June.
Last day of June. What happened?
Tomorrow's July. What happened?
What happened to that? So it's a once in a blue moon show. That's what Brad said. Because how often do you get 5 Sundays in a month? Not that often.
Oh, wow.
So,
well,
here we go.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, anyhow, happy July 4th to all of you. Happy July 4th.
It's coming up. That's right. Hope you all get some fun and some picnics and some barbecues and some fireworks and all that fun stuff. You know, we have celebrations of those things.
That's right. That's right. It's such a family tradition. It's such a family event. It's a national holiday, national this and that.
And celebrating things that make our country beautiful. And that is what we're going to do a song about right now, right?
That's right.
All right,
it's
I
a
gotta
local
get
song.
this guy.
Songs are written by Catherine Lee Bates of Falmouth.
Wow. That's
Only,
so cool.
15 miles away. Only less than that.
Isn't that cool? That's cool.
She wrote this song. It's a lovely tune.
And it's got beautiful words.
above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Oh, beautiful for patriot dream that sees beyond the years. Thine alabaster cities gleam, undimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to
shining sea. How was that?
Yay! Aww.
You all right with
That's
that?
sweet.
You all right, folks? Please comment.
That was
We're all
pretty.
patriotic folks.
That was pretty. That was pretty. I liked it. I liked it. Oh, now this one we dusted off. We found it in a dustbin somewhere, and we dusted it off for this week. It's called Miller's Maggot.
That's right.
What a funny name. What a funny name. I still wish we'd figure out why or find out why this tune was called that. But that's what it's called. So, all right, I got.
Hey, I want to just throw a thought in here, okay? Get this out of the way. So I've been paying close attention to the ocean, and you know that is all really well about that, right? We pay attention to the Atlantic. And I was just reading an article coming out of the Pacific Ocean, coming out of the waters out of San Francisco. Some scientists spotted Pacific right whales. Now, Pacific right whales. Now, you have heard Molly and I and all your friends and everybody talking about the endangered Atlantic right whale. Well, I don't know how it slipped through the... But I didn't know that there are Pacific right whales, and they're more scarce. I saw an estimate. You'll have to Google, look it up yourself, but it's like their numbers are in the 30s, 40s, something like that. They're really very scarce. And part of it, I mean, there's a whole story about this just as important, just as valued as our Atlantic. And so to all of you on the West Coast, pay attention to that story because it's an amazing story. I will do it another time, but it's Google Pacific right whale. It's an amazing story. These poor whales got beat up for the longest time. And that's why their numbers are so low. And that's a message to all of us. And I just thought we'd share that with you. Pacific right whale. I mean, there's a lot of buzz on the East Coast about the right whale here. Mm-hmm. We got to do that. We got to take care of them. And we got to take care of our ocean friends. That's a big deal. So
That's right.
I don't want to tuck that in there somewhere into the show because I know it matters to all of you. We want the ocean to be okay.
That's right.
We want a lot of fish in the ocean.
That's right.
And we want them happy.
That's right.
That's right.
And what that has to do with Miller's Maggot, we don't care. It just needed to be said.
Hey, if you're
Right?
a whale, I bet you have... We know whales love music.
That's right.
They make music.
That's
so.
all there is to it.
But they don't do Miller's Maggot like we do it.
What if we go speed like the
We did this- here we go.
making up
That's
in
a
there,
great
but you know
tune.
what? It was fun.
It's such a lovely song with a lousy name. I mean,
That's probably part of the humor of it.
get your
Don't you think?
expectations up when
That's
somebody
right.
tells you they're going to do that tune, and you get surprised that it's really a sweet tune.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Hey, we were going to read a little poem now, or a couple of poems now, right?
So we're into poetry over here, if you haven't noticed. And we read poetry. We read the poetry of many people, and many of them are contemporary writers, and we love their poetry. Dave Dinsmore, we just read a poem
Yeah.
of his on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, it was beautiful.
I just tried to reach him and see if I could get permission to read it tonight. But anyhow, there's wonderful poets today writing poetry. And if you have a favorite, please share the name of your favorite poet on this show. And we'll go looking around. But right now,
We're going to read
we're going to pull this old book of Molly's
this
out.
old book.
Robert
written-
Louis.
Robert Louis Stevenson. I grew up with this book being read to it at bedtime every single night, and this one Which one was I going to do? Oh, I was going to do this one, right? Yeah, I was going to do this one. This one was one of my favorites. I think as a little kid I probably had it memorized, but not anymore. But I still love it. It's a wonderful thing. And just a little note about Robert Louis Stevenson. He's a relative of our Ted Stevenson, who's one of our Sunday at Sea groupies.
Ted Stevenson is our big
cool?
supporter and follower.
That's right.
He's a descendant of Robert
Isn't
Louis
that
Stevenson.
cool? That's so. It's
And
a
he
small
lives in
world.
England.
It's a small world. That's right.
It is a small world.
All right, here's Robert Louis Stevenson's
Well, you're
poem.
going to tell him the name of this thing.
I will.
This poem is an amazing name for this poem alone.
That's right. And it's all about imagination. It's called My Bed is a Little Boat.
Say it again, because I think that's so sweet.
I love it. My bed is a little boat.
Visualize that. Isn't that cool?
That's so great. My bed is a little boat. Nurse helps me in when I embark. She girds me in my sailor's coat and starts me in the dark. At night I go on board and say good night to all my friends on shore. I shut my eyes and sail away and see and hear no more. And sometimes things to bed I take, as prudent sailors have to do. Perhaps a slice of wedding cake, perhaps a toy or two. All night across the dark we steer, but when the day returns at last, safe in my room beside the pier, I find my vessel fast.
I love that.
Isn't that a great journey? I just
That's
love
right.
that.
That's right.
It's so great. It's
And
so
I'm
wonderful.
visualizing in my mind when I go to bed wearing my life jacket.
That's right.
He doesn't have to wear his life jacket.
That's right. It's so great.
It's such a great tune. Can you, I mean, I just
such a great
visualize it. What a wonderful
I
poem.
know. So
You got
next
something
time,
for me to read.
I got something for you. I found a nice one for you too, and you got a story about this one too. I bet you could tell.
Which one is it? It's called?
This one here, "Escape at Bedtime."
Oh my
Another
God, this is, here
bedtime
we
one.
go. This is nighttime. This is because we work so hard during the day. We are tired at night. Anyhow, this is to open. Before I open this, I want to say that this is my stargazing season. This is when people. This is when I do programs at night
And we got a good one to tell you about.
for friends and people. I did this for the Martha's Vineyard Museum. Was it last week?
Yeah.
Did a stargazing event, and in a few days, the day before July 4th, I'm doing a program for the trustees of reservation at Long Point. We're going on Long Point, which is this amazing open reserve south of southern part of Martha's Vineyard, wide open in this roaring sea.
And it's going to
On the
not have a lot
beach.
of light. You know, it's a good place for,
Very dark.
yeah.
Super spot for stargazing. And I'm sure you all have your own favorite spot where you like to go have a sense of connection with this vast universe around us. So this is a poem about stargazing from your home, right? Stargazing from your home.
Yeah.
It's called Escape at Bedtime. Same poet, okay? This is the same poet, all right? The lights from the parlor and kitchen shone out through the blinds and the windows and bars. And high overhead and all moving about, there were thousands of millions of stars. There never were such thousands of leaves on a tree, nor of people in church or the park, as the crowds of the stars that looked down upon me and that glittered and winked in the dark. The dog and the plow and the hunter and all the star of the sailor and Mars. These shone in the sky, and the pail by the wall would be half full of water and stars. They saw me at last, and they chased me with cries, and they soon had me packed into bed. But the glory kept shining and bright in my eyes, and the stars going round in my head. Have fun. Visualize that.
Beautiful.
Poetry takes you another place. It takes you into another room, wherever you are.
That's right. And I loved the names of the constellations in there. The,
Oh my
the
gosh,
Hunter and the
Yeah,
all
we get
those
thinking
different
of
ones.
Orion.
Orion,
Oh my
right?
God, I can rattle a story or two. It's such, for anybody who loves the ocean, you can't not also love the majesty and the magic of the stars and the universe overhead. They are metaphors for each other. The open ocean, the open space, and the sky. So anyhow, that's my connection to them both.
I love it.
And you have me figured out already. The rest of my life is pretty small in comparison.
I gotta get my flute out for this one, I think. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. You ready? Let's do
Here
it.
we go. 1, 2. Okay, you gotta tell people what kind of notes you snuck in there. You gotta tell everybody. There was some really sneaky notes in there. They
I
were,
did a little
They were
trilling.
like butterflies. What do you
that was
call
butterflies.
that?
This is called a trill. So you go back and forth between two notes real fast. You can see what I pressed down.
You want me to play some? Oh.
That was it. It just felt like it needed a little
Mark
chilling.
can't do that. I can't do that.
No, that
You
would be
raise
too
a
hard.
$20 bill up in the air and Mark still can't do it.
It just needed a little bit.
That is so cool.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that is so fun.
It's cheery.
All right, I think we gotta have
Cheery.
a ginger beer on that one.
Oh, good idea. Oh boy, and it's hot. This will be a refreshing little treat.
So here's to all of you. I don't know, you haven't pulled out your phone and see if we got anybody following
Oh
us,
yeah,
but
we got some.
I just want you all to know that I really appreciate your showing up tonight.
Yeah, we got Carol and John or Jenny's here. We got this is just the people we know about. We got Joanne's here too. Yay!
We have so many people that follow us that we don't know, and they don't tell us until we meet them in the grocery store.
That's right. They tell us they
Or we
tune
meet 'em
in
over
and
at
they're
the post
watching,
office.
and we just don't know, and that's cool.
It is so cool.
That's very cool. Yeah. So thanks for being here, whether you chimed in or not. We're just happy you're here.
And that little
Thank you.
Twitter note is kind of cool.
The little trill. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. Oh, we got a fun one coming up here. We'll toast to it. We'll toast to
All
it.
right, I want to do an introduction to this one.
Mm-hmm.
This is a song written by Larry Kaplan, who's a dear friend of mine. He's a Fisher poet, too. And he has performed regularly, like I have, at Fisher Poets in Oregon, Astoria, Oregon. And Larry and I have known each other for many, many long years. Longer than I've known my kids. He's a songwriter from Connecticut.
Move over.
He's just a beloved songwriter, and the words to his songs are just so. They bring you down a street, they bring you down a road, they put you on a boat, they put you in different places, and I'm grateful to him because he said I could do this.
Isn't that nice?
He
That's
says I can do
nice.
this. He says I have an open invitation to this because it's. Let me see if I can find my A. Does that look like an A to you?
That's a B. Where is the A? That must be the A because it's on one I can't read.
Yeah,
there it
it
is. Yeah.
He wrote this song called Song to Gale. And for anyone who's been following our show for years or for months knows that we oftentimes refer to Gail Huntington as a song collector, folk
Song
collector,
historian,
who used to
yeah.
live down the street, who encouraged me. But he didn't just encourage me, he encouraged Gail.
Gail and Larry, right? Gail, because didn't Larry know Gail Huntington too? Didn't Larry know Gail Huntington too?
Oh, they knew each other.
So that's why he's written this song.
He wrote this song as
Song
a
to
tribute
Gail.
to Gail. It's called Song to Gail. And it's a great opening for summer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you're going to bring out your fiddle?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because Gail played the fiddle. And you listen to the chorus. It says, "Get me my fiddle. We'll sing all the old songs. You take the high notes and I'll take the low." Larry Kaplan wrote that. It's like if he doesn't write anything else for the rest of his life, he nailed it with this chorus line. But he's this great songwriter. You can Google him. Larry Kaplan.
Thanks, Larry. This is a beautiful song.
He's spending a lot more time in England. He's doing cool things in England. But he used to live in Connecticut a lot. And he used to come to the vineyard occasionally. And when he came in recent time, we would do a song or two together. But listen to this song because the words are meaningful. They're wonderful. And it hopefully will make you feel at home here.
Yeah.
Blue skies, south wind, fish jumping into your hand. What a day to be working old Nantucket Sound from the islands unto mainland. Worn out, smelling the bait, you come home by the end of the day. And the sun over West Chop, those warm summer breezes made you think it would never change. Get me my fiddle, we'll sing all the old songs. You take the high notes and I'll sing the low. and hard times, they're worth all the telling. Won't matter to me if you sing 'em that well. Work for a living, pulling hard just to get back to shore. When you busted your back or you just wouldn't eat, they don't talk much about that anymore. When you sat with the old folks, fell asleep from their stories, stayed awake with a howling wind, and you sang for the children all tucked away warm, and the night tides came rolling back in. Give me my fiddle, we'll sing all the old songs. You take the high note and I'll sing the low. Good times and hard times, they're worth all the telling. No matter to me. Blue skies, south wind, fish jumping into your hand. What a day to be working on Nantucket Sound, from the islands into the mainland. Worn out, smelling a bait, you come home at the end of the day, and the sun over West Chalk, those warm summer breezes, and you thought it would never change. Give me my fiddle, we'll sing all the old songs. You take the high note and I'll sing the low. Good times and hard times, they're worth all the telling. Don't matter to me if you sing 'em that. Good times and hard times, they're all worth the telling. Don't matter to me if you sing 'em that well. I apologize for not having sung that song more often.
It's such a good
It is
one.
such a good song.
It's such a good one.
Larry Kaplan is a really nice fellow. He and I go back and
I
back
think we got to
and
toast
back.
to him. Toast to Larry Kaplan. wait. We got to.
Oh my God, you
Oh, yeah. Larry Kaplan.
he gets the bell.
He gets the bell. He gets the bell.
We got somebody else that's got to get the bell, but I got to have a sip of my
Yeah, let's have
ginger
a
beer.
sip
We got
first.
to make a toast to somebody.
That's right. We got to make a toast.
We want to toast to Joanne.
A toast to Captain Joe. Joanne.
Captain Joe.
For getting that boat in the water. 16 long years of work. Woo-hoo! That is huge. We're so happy
We're
for
celebrating.
you.
We're celebrating, Joanne. And we
Yeah, we
don't
are.
need to know the details. All you need to know is this.
It's in the water.
Yeah, that's right. It's in the water.
It's in the water.
She has this lovely boat. What's it called?
Passage.
She's a lovely boat. She's been working on it for 16 years to get it in the water. Mm-hmm. And it just went in the water.
Isn't that a huge
It's a sailboat.
It's amazing.
She's a lovely lady, and she's a major contributor to this show. And a dear, dear, dear friend. And just without measure, you can't, it's just one of those treasured folks in your life that you say, oh my God, you can't put a yardstick next to them. You can't measure a mile next to them. They're huge. They're beautiful.
Right.
They're wonderful.
You
They're
can't
treasures.
measure the elbow grease that went into this renovation either. All the twists and turns. But man, it's in the water. Congratulations. We're very excited. Excited for you. So we got to sing a little toast to Captain Joe and another captain we know. Yeah.
Captain Joanne.
Yeah.
Captain Joe, thank you. Congratulations. What a big deal. I know this because I work on my boat every winter to get it ready to go in the water.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And the good news is I get it in every year. But just visualize in your own mind the friends that you have who have a boat that's not ready for the water yet. It needs a lot of attention. And so you persist, you prevail against time. Not against time, but using time, I guess, and to do what needs to be done. But you have to hold on to your goal. You have to wrap yourself around that goal to carry you through a drought, a scarce moment, time between the
and
time
probably doubts too.
to get her in the water.
Yeah.
And I have a hard enough time getting from October to May. I have a hard time getting from October to May with my boat on the hard.
On the hard. So we're glad it's not on the hard anymore.
Joanne's boat was on the hard for 16 years. She got it right.
She says, thank you. I love this boat so much. We're so happy for you.
She's participating, right?
Yeah,
she's joining in right now.
chimed in.
So please, give her a like, will you? Give her a congratulations, will you? It doesn't
right.
cost you anything to say something nice to her.
And get something to toast, too. Because we're going to be toasting to Captain Maggie,
Toast
but we're
to
also
Joey.
toasting to Captain Joanne.
Captain Joe. And she's a lovely lady. Off the stern the water is churning. Lobster pots are dropped into the brine. At the wheel there stands a fine lady. She's the best of the fishing kind. Among us pot holler south of no man's, there's a wicked strong wind, so beware. We leave the docks early in the morning to get the best of the day's fishing out there. So we'll toast to Captain Maggie. Don't cut her off when you're tending your game. She's fished with the best, there are only a few better. She's tough when they're going rough around here. Maggie sets her trawls along the bottom. Her vision is feeling around a world she can't see. She makes the best out of the 6-fathom edge. Her day's fishing is better than me. Off No Man's shoreline, boulders don't care. They'll sink any boat that comes near. The waves, the wind, and those jagged rocks can send any boat down. So stay clear. So we'll toast to Captain Maggie. Don't cut her off when you're tending your gear. She's fished with the bass. There are only a few better. She's tough when they're going rough around here. Each morning she's dressed for work like all of us. No colorful dress or blouse around here. We know her by her worn orange Grundens, all black rubber boots, all men's fishing gear. At night when her boat is docked in the harbor, she's all lady at the pub, among the finest and fair. She can twist and turn with any tune.
There she can.
On the dance floor, she's free without a care. Here we go.
So we'll toast to
Captain Maggie. Don't cut her off when you're tending your gear. She's fished with the bass. There are only a few better. She's tough when they're going rough around here. All right, one more verse. That's it. One more verse. This is it. One stormy night, she was out fishing late. Fog slipped in. The waves chased her astern. When her boat finally landed, a man was awaiting. He stepped out of the shadow and under the glow of a lantern. We watched as he pulled out a wet paper bag. He handed it to her in that foggy night. She opened it, a bouquet of flowers. We all thought we saw her tears. So we'll toast to Captain Maggie. Don't cut her off when you're tending your gear. She's fished with the bass. There are only a few better. She's tough when they're going rough around here. She's tough when they're going rough around here.
Captain Maggie and Captain Joe.
That's right.
That's right. I'd have a bell for that. I'd have a bell. Oh. Well, Well, we have one more little journey, a musical journey we wanted to take you on. Because we love this tune. This is just one of our favorite tunes.
We have to honor these folks who work on their boat projects, because every one of you know how hard it is to stay focused on a project that takes days, weeks, months.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're into boating, or if you're building a house,
Takes
even
a lot of
cabinet
right?
makers, there's endless numbers of details and parts to making a project complete.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to honor those folks, those friends of ours. You know, even a mother having a baby, it takes 9 months to have a baby. You know, you got to stay focused. You know, I mean, anyway, the whole idea of something that comes out of next to nothing, or comes out of the idea, the thought, the process that we go through to commit ourselves to a long-standing project. Please comment. Please jump in and say something. I'd love to hear from you.
Saying too, right? We're measure twice and cut once. You know, things like wood, working with wood and working with varnishes and all these things, they slow you down because they take time on purpose to get it right. You know, you have to slow down.
She knows what she's talking about. Most of you in the audience, all of you in the audience, don't know that she's a trained woodworker.
That was one of my majors in college.
Molly worked in wood.
I got furniture and stuff to prove it. I love it. Shaping something like that. But it does take a long time, and it's a joy. It's a pleasure. Yeah. So kudos to anybody who does it.
She's also good with a sewing machine too. I could do a sewing machine too. We do stuff.
That's right. We do stuff. That's right.
We do stuff. This is what we do on a rainy day.
Let's go to Ireland now. Let's go on the road to Lisdoonvarna. Let's do it.
All
Yeah,
right, we'll
do.
round up here, make sure I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
think
God, here we go.
You got
All
it.
this
You got
talking.
it. That's it. That's the one. Two. Here we go. You were going where you were going, and I was like, whoops, so I think I took a turn to a different road. I wasn't going to Lisdoonvarna there for a minute.
Whenever your notes were taking you down a different road.
No, I was going a different road. I was going to a different small
I've
town
done
on
that
the
to you
Burn.
all the time.
I had a detour. I went to a nice little...
There was a detour somewhere. There was a diversion there.
I was on the Burn. I was still in County Clare.
The good news is that we get along.
We found our way back.
People notice this about you and I, that we seem to get along. There's a rumor
flying around.
Even though one of us... Oh, no, here it is. Even though one of us may not necessarily be on the same tune, or in the same register, in the same key... I don't think... Well, we've been good. We've We've never done a tune where we were in different keys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jeannie's here with us, too. She says it's one of her faves. Hope you liked the detour. That was crazy. But, we got back on it. Oh, we love all of you guys. And what a fun evening it has been.
We want to say something nice about our audience. I think we really should.
I think so, too.
You folks are wonderful, okay? Let's get that out of the way. First and foremost is that we could not possibly be doing what we do. Now we're entering our 4th year of doing this.
What?
Unbelievable.
That's
and
so
we
crazy.
and some of you have been with us that whole time.
That's amazing.
And some of you are just arriving now. This is the first time you're watching our show. And we're all part of one family.
Isn't that nice?
Isn't that
That's
cool?
awesome.
And friendly, and you could say hello to us in the grocery store. We're at whatever part of the country, the United States, or whatever country. I hope you all have a happy 4th of July something.
That's right. Something.
And stay in touch with us. And Molly has this little thing.
All right, we gotta have our credits, and we have our Patreon supporters and our Substack supporters and our just all of you who support us in so many different ways, sending us lovely messages, stopping us in the grocery store. It's wonderful, and thank you. We're just so appreciative.
It really is, because the world out there isn't that kind.
That's right. So
it's not all that.
But you guys
sweet.
are.
It's not
You're the
all
best.
that generous. So it's when you're part of our story.
That's right.
You're part of our lives. What a wonderful, warm-hearted thing.
Speaking of wonderful and warm-hearted, we have to have a huge shout-out this week. We always have a shout-out, but this is a huger one to the man behind the curtain, Brad Bortman himself from Fisher Poetry Archive. Brad's retired. Isn't that fabulous?
Not
Wait a
from
minute.
us, though.
Wait a minute. Brad gets the bell. Woohoo! Thanks. Oh, Brad, you're awesome. And we're just so thrilled. Now you have more time for us. Brad's the best.
Being less diverted by real-time jobs.
That's right. So congratulations. That's another huge
Congratulations to
milestone.
Brad.
We've had lots of milestones to celebrate this week. All right, we also
do
got
birthdays too. You already know
right.
that. We did that with Carol last week.
That's right. All right, you gotta know the places to find us. Of course, Facebook, YouTube. Look up MarkAllenLovewell.com. Our website, MollyandMark.com. You can find us on TV, MVTV.
MollyandMark.com. I have to slow it down.
Molly and Mark. Yeah.
MollyandMark.com.
He
put
said
together
ladies
this
first.
sweet website. And she has her own website, mollycanole.com.
That's right.
And I have my own website, MarkAllenLovewell.com.
That's right.
But
And
together,
one of them might be updated.
we have MollyandMark.com.
That's right. And we keep them as up to date as our busy schedules allow. So you can find out what we're doing and what's going on around here. Around here. That's right. And, you can look for our music in all those streaming regular places. And
I'm looking at MVTV on Martha's Vineyard.
That's right. I said them and CCM in Salem, Oregon.
Capital
Community Media.
in
That's right.
Salem. I know she said it, but I'm saying it slowly.
We got to slow it down.
I want to
You're
slow
right.
it down because there are people at my pace. People at my pace. Apple, Google,
all those things.
Spotify.
We got stuff out there. So look us up.
Be part of our family.
That's right.
You're already there. You're watching the show. You're part of our
That's
family
right.
already.
That's right. And so you probably know this song too. If you've been hanging out with us, you know this song. And we want you to sing it with us. Yeah.
Happy 4th of July, everyone.
Very happy 4th of July. Absolutely. Aw. It's always sad when this comes, but we still love it. Thanks for Gail Huntington finding this song, right? Call all hands to man the capstan.
See the cable running clear.
Heave away and with the whale for New England we do steer. Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to dear New England. Rolling home, dear God, fare thee well. Yes, Spanish maidens,
It is time to bid to
happy times
we've spent together.
That's right. Happy times.
We've spent with you.
Rolling home. Rolling home. Rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to dear New England. Rolling home, dear God,
Round Cape Horn,
one
frosty morning, and the sails are full of snow.
Tighten those sheets and pull in those halyards. Let her off and let her go.
Rolling home, rolling home,
Rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to dear New England. Rolling home, dear God,
Okay, one more verse. Here we go. Thank you, everyone.
yeah. Many thousand miles behind us. Many thousand miles to go. The ocean lifts her waves to bring us to that well. Remember shore, rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to Martha's Vineyard. Rolling home, dear God, to thee. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Happy 4th.
That was Sunday at Sea, hosted by Mark Allen Lovewell and Molly Knoll of Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. Thank you, Mark and Molly. It was a real pleasure to have you on the show today. For more information about Sunday at Sea, please check out the link included in the podcast description. Well, that's it. This one's in the tote. The Fisher Poetry Podcast is written and produced by me, Brad Wortman. Music used in this episode is courtesy of Mark Allen Lovewell and Molly Knoll. We're always looking for Fisher poets like Mark and Molly to come on the show. If you'd like to appear or have comments about the show, please send an email to thefisherpoetrypodcast@gmail.com. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to haul the latest episodes into your net. The Fisher Poetry Podcast is available via our podcast host, Anchor, and several other hosts, including Apple, Google, and Amazon. Please also check out our videos on the Fisher Poetry channel on YouTube and visit the Fisher Poetry Podcast page on Facebook. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
Come all young sailormen, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. Blow, ye winds, westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes.